Hi there, it's Kathy at One Sweet Shop again. This is another journal I was working on this month, and it's probably the last one I'm going to do for a while. I'm going to make a few for myself because I have some plans that I want to start journaling about. And this is a journal. What I ended up doing is I ended up buying this binding. I did not make this binding. Look at all the tooling on there. I ended up buying this leather-bound book because I wanted to turn it into a journal. So I had to take it all apart, and I had to take I think it was rice paper inside, and I took all the rice paper out, and I thought, okay, how am I going to do this? I wanted to sew my signatures into this because it's for a friend, it's for a man, and I wanted to make it look more manly, and I have a real problem with that because it seems like I tailor all my journals to women, not to men. So this was kind of a challenge for me, but it was interesting to try to find the exact type of theme to go with. But I knew that they like to hunt, and I knew that they were an outdoorsy type person. So what I ended up doing was going towards nature and animals with it. So, and it actually turned out pretty good. I'm not even sure if it's done, but I thought I'd do a flip since it was sitting on my desk up here, and I thought, oh, I'm making some videos. I might as well do a flip of this one too. So this one is like a nature journal, and since this is like a leather, I didn't want to glue anything to the front at all. I'm just going to leave it like that. It looks like I have a few more embellishments that I wanted to put in here. I can't give you the name of the maker of the printables. I did purchase them specifically for this journal, but I totally forgot who I got it from. Wildflower Digitals, maybe, and then there was a couple other ones, and I kind of mishmashed them all together because I liked some of the pages in one and then not in the other, and I found that it was starting to get too dark, kind of a darker coloring. So I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to put little embellishments on each pocket page that I did so that there's lots of writing space in here, but it also kind of gives you an idea of different things you could be writing about. And I used parchment in this journal, and I printed on the parchment, and I've never done that before. I used parchment paper. So I thought, well, it's something a little different. The little bit of the muted coloring is coming through from the printing, but that's okay. That's okay. And I just liked the different pages. I thought, well, you know, they're going to either write over top or they're going to glue a page on and decorate it. Depends on how inventive they get, right? They're a man, I don't know. And same as the lace for the tags, for the tag pulls and stuff, I kind of didn't want to do that. I might be able to find something different I could use, but I know that they love nature. So I think this is going to be wonderful with the different nature pictures that are inside this journal. And a lot of it is printables. I did different little things with different paper to lighten up the journal. Dreaming. Don't know why I put that tag in there, but oh well, it can stay. Doesn't bother me. I like these little spots to write on, but then you can write anywhere. You can write all over the page if you like, and then put the tuck back in there. I tied it up with like this kind of a jute type cord. It's called cording. That's what I used to tie this journal. I haven't finished cutting these apart, but these are going to be all the little tags that are going into these pockets here. And I'm just going to totally fill these pockets right up with these little tags. That way they can be moved all over the place in this book. This I have to ink a little bit on the edges, and then I'm going to be paper clipping a lot of stuff into the pages to give it some more looks. Here's another envelope, and it's got tags in it. Listen to the whispers of the trees, the everyday adventures they put there. I like this picture of this person, you know, looking at the horizon there and the sun, and I love the animals in here. And that's what appealed to me from that one kit. I still have to cut these out and put them in. Can't believe I forgot that already, but it's more of a journal for journaling. So, whoops, it looks like there's a piece of paper here. I don't know what that is. I'll find it on the other side, I guess. An old car in the woods. You never know what you're going to find. These, I have to cut apart them. And it looks like I need to, looks like I have the embellishments here for these two pockets here. And this must be what I'm planning to embellish it with, but that was last week, and I don't remember what I was doing now, but I'll figure it out. Here's some more little tags. This came from another kit, but I liked it, so I'm going to paper clip them in there. Here's a belly band, and here's some cards to write on in there. I love that wolf. I think I'm going to do that in a picture, put it in my journal, because I really like it. I like these tags here. I put eyelets on some of the tags, and probably some of the small ones I'm going to too. Here's forest. Look at this bird that's kind of camouflaged inside the leaves. That's pretty nice, and I love that deer. Here's some more tags. They have a foresty theme, and a lot of them have like greens or browns or muted colors. Anything in here to have little tags in the pockets. There's some mushrooms in the forest. Oops, what am I stuck on? Here's some more little tags. Meet me where my spirit meets the woods. That's such a nice saying. I thought I'd just tuck it in there, and if they want to glue it down, they can. This has eyelets too. I haven't decided if I'm putting anything. Maybe you guys have a suggestion for a man. What kind of string to use on that? Maybe I should use the cording again, but I'm not sure. Explore. There's some little pockets. Some more of those. Something to write on. Some more little tags to write on. And I used eyelets on those too. Haven't decided how I'm finishing them, but I'll come up with something. This one has like a little page, a little map page. Whoops, sorry, I'm bumping you. A map page for writing on. And then this one also has a map page. And then I used texture paper here. I embossed some paper and put it in there, and I liked it. So some flowers and butterflies. These, I've had these cut out for a couple of years now. I'm not quite sure where I got them now. These were very pretty. I like these pictures of the deers. That came inside of a kit. And then I had some recipe cards that I had coffee dyed. And I thought, I'm going to tuck those in there. That'd be great for writing on. So just something different and unique. And then I like them again. I did them on this one. Did I do it on the next page? Oh no, here's a house here. And then I put a big tag in here and a smaller tag. I kind of like the way they look. This one has tags too. I wish I could remember where I got this print. Here's some little tickets, and I just put them on there. I think I flipped them over here on this side, yeah. And then this one here has a bunch of tags in it too. Trees, lots of trees, and lots of nature stuff. I think I'm going to do a little bit of stamping yet on the pages, and probably a little bit of inking with some stencils is what I think I want to do. So I do like the idea of the parchment paper. I'm going to try another journal with parchment, but I think I'm going to pick a different color. I just happened to have this parchment, and I thought I'd try it, but you see how it kind of comes through on the other side? So I'm going to try a different color, and I'm going to make another journal and use it. These are really pretty. I think this is a booklet right there. I think I made a couple booklets and tucked them in here. It's just some more writing area. This is full of tags inside. Look at the beautiful butterfly. This one had what? 3 signatures? 3 signatures in it. I'm starting a quest on making up a whole bunch of journals that I have in a box here. And I think I made a video one time and showed you them all. I just had a ton that I had printed out. And I tucked them inside my little work box. And I hadn't started sewing them in. So I have covers made for everything. And I'm going to start sewing everything in and getting it made. Because I seem to have a habit of putting all this stuff together and then forgetting that I had it. So this one says Journey. I love it. Some tags to write on. I love that belly band. That was part of something, some kind of kit, and I cut it down for that. I added some little gold washi here. Some more little tags in these. And I kind of lightened it up by using the browns. And I really like this burgundy in here. And I thought, oh, I'm going to use some of that too. I might even use some burgundy string on maybe some of the tags. We'll see. Maybe on something like this. So tags out there with a little bit of burgundy. There's a nice deer, some writing papers, Serenity. Serenity in the Forest. Thought I'd put a little blue tag on there, something different. So just being inventive, trying to find different ways. And then these were pockets from some folders, file folder things I made. And when I was making the file folders, I totally forgot to glue these in. And I went, well, now I have these things left over. What am I doing with them? And I was finding places in this journal to stick them. And I thought, okay, I put some there, and I think I put some on another page here somewhere. I know I saw some here. I think I did 2 sets of them somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I know it's somewhere here. I had done 2 sets of those file folder pocket things. But that's what I had left over right there. Right there, that's where I did them. I had them left over, and I thought, well, I'm going to use them. But anyway, that is the end of that journal, and it actually turned out beautiful. It really reminds me of the forest, you know, and nature. So this is going to be a great thing. Maybe he can write about his adventures hunting, or maybe some special things that happened, or, you know, special experience with a friend, or who knows, right? And you just wind the string around and tuck it in the back. And that's how she closes. And that's it. But how do you like the backing of this tooling on it? Oh, I just love all the... I want to make myself one. I would love to have a leather journal. I wish they had curved corners, though. But I don't want to play with it. I don't want to curve the corners myself. But I guess they could just tuck in like this instead. Do you know? So, but I do like the idea of curved corners. I think I am going to, though, put a button right here so that the string can tie around the button. Yes, I think I'm going to, because it kind of annoys me that it pulls apart a little bit. And I actually pulled off a little bit of that string and cut it and used it right here to tie up the center of this spine that I did. So I wanted the same color thread, so. But that's what I did there. And then I don't know what I used this one here for. Oh yeah, it was to tie these. These were on there, but there wasn't enough, and I had to borrow a little bit more off this string. So, and tie it on there like that. But yeah, I really like this leather. I haven't done a book that had leather like this, but I thought, well, it's kind of nice. We could tie it in the front too, I guess. Just kind of loop it around here and put a little bow. There. And there it goes. It's all tied up. But I guess I better finish that one since it looks like I've got tags to cut out and little things to tweak. But you have a great evening, and I'll see you again. And thanks for coming to see my videos. Bye-bye.